Okay, in this video, what we're going to do is we're going to bisect a segment. And in the process of bisecting the segment, what we're going to do is construct a midpoint. And at the same time, we're actually going to find the perpendicular bisector of a segment. So a lot going on in this particular video because the construction that we do just creates all of those things. So we start with a segment, so the segment AB. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my compass again. So the compass tool is pretty useful. Honestly, you can kind of do it with the circle tool also, which almost has some advantages. But I'm going to stick to Euclidean geometry, right? So we have a compass and we have a straight edge. That's all we have. So here we go. What I'll do first is I'm going to measure from A to B. So that's equivalent to, in the real world, setting your compass size so that it's stretched from A to B. And I get this. And then I want the center to be at A, so there we go. And then I'm going to do the same thing again, go from here to here, and then there. I got this sneaking suspicion that I always do that backwards, but whatever, it doesn't really cost me anything. So I have this, and maybe you can almost see what's going to happen at this point. I have these two circles, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to find this intersection, and this intersection, and I think maybe I can do that in one shot. So I'm going to go with intersect, and I want this with this. Whoops, I missed. This with that. There you go. It gives me the points C and D, both of which are the intersections that I need. And now what I'm going to do, take my straight edge and draw a segment from C to D. I'll do that. And then when you're doing these kinds of things on GeoGebra or any computer software, what you want to do is grab points and drag them every once in a while just to make sure that things are going the way you think they are. So for example, C, I should not be able to move, and I can't. And D is the same. It's just kind of stuck there. So I have this, and I'm actually pretty much done. I need this point right here, so let's intersect this with this. And then what I'm saying is that the length of AE, so from A to E, which is that, pops up in a really inconvenient spot. That's the length AE. Should be exactly the same as the length EB. And I should be able to take my figure and drag it around and keep everything the same. So we have this, drag that. You can see they're always the same. So that's it. E is the midpoint, which means I have bisected the segment. And then a further claim that I made was that this segment here, CD, is actually a perpendicular bisector. So the way that I'm going to show that is I'm going to measure some angles. So if I go up here and click to angle, I'm going to go from B to E to C. That's a right angle right there. And since that's a right angle, we know that it's a right angle, and it goes through the midpoint, so it's the perpendicular bisector. And that's pretty good. Another thing that we did, if you were to create AC and BC, we actually inadvertently did an extra construction where we have created an equilateral triangle. So if I connect this with this, it's getting kind of cluttered. But if you look, AB is the radius of this circle here. AC is the radius of the circle as well. And then since this circle and this circle are congruent, or however you want to talk about it, BA, I guess, is the radius of this circle, and BC is also the radius of this circle. So you got a lot going on there, and no matter how you look at it, AB, BC, and AC are all congruent. So we've actually created an equilateral triangle too. So this particular construction it just gives you a ton of stuff. So the way it started out though was we used our compass, we went from A to B, then we went back from B to A, gave us our two circles, found the intersections, drew the line segment through them, found this intersection point, which is our midpoint, which bisects our segment, and then it turns out that it's perpendicular. So just tons of stuff going on. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful, and good luck.